The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race has officially concluded from Kansas Speedway, and Corey Heim puts up a dominating clinic and wins the second race of 2024. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. I just got done watching NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race from Kansas Speedway. We got quite a bit to talk about from this race, so let's go and talk about it. So for the green flag drop in today's race, Jake Garcia, Mason Massey, and Timmy Hill, and Nick Sanchez would all have to start at the rear of the field. So then at the start, you had Chase Purdy lead the field from the inside and Ty Majeski on the outside. And we saw some crazy racing at the start. Connor Mosack jumped up the second after Ty Majeski just went way up the racetrack. And unfortunately, lap number 2, he would have a flat left front tire and would go to the outside wall really hard. Looked like he might have some contact with somebody at the start of the race. Hits the outside wall hard, bringing the caution out. Sadly, unfortunately, ending his night. Seemed like he just had a flat tire, unfortunately. Nowhere to go. So then on the restart, you had Chase Purdy lead the field from the inside with Connor Mosack on the outside, and Chase Purdy got a great run and was able to clear Connor Mosack for the lead. Then Zane Smith, he got a fantastic run, and he was able to clear Chase Purdy for the race lead. Then we saw some really great battles up front for the next few laps, and then eventually Corey Heim, he was able to pass Zane Smith for the race lead on lap number 12. Then on lap number 13, Stuart Friesen would come down pit road when unfortunately got on the outside wall and looked like he had a flat tire. But Corey Heim started pulling away, and coming out the final corner, he would win stage number 1. So then all leaders didn't come down pit road. Lost Allen unfortunately overshot his pit stop and sadly hit one of his pit crew members. Dean Thompson and Thad Moffitt, Daniel Dye all got speeding penalties. And actually Christian Eckes won the race off of pit road as well. And also Cam Waters got an uncontrolled tire. Corey Heim also lost a ton of positions off of pit road. So then on the restart, Christian Eckes lead the field from the inside with Caden Honeycutt on the outside. And Christian Eckes got a great restart and was able to clear for the lead. But then a few laps later, Zane Smith, he got a fantastic run and was able to clear for the lead. He pulled out to about a second lead. Corey Heim tried to close at the end of stage 2, but it wouldn't matter at the end as Zane Smith would come off the corner and win stage number 2. So then, all leaders would then come down pit road with Christian Eckes winning the race off of pit road, and Zane Smith fell from the lead all the way back to 8th position, and Tyler Ankrum also had a safety violation. So then on the next restart, you have Christian Eckes lead the field from the inside with Corey Heim on the outside, and we saw some fantastic racing on the restart with Eckes and Heim. Then on lap 69, Nick Sanchez, he was able to take the race lead. And then the next lap, Corey Heim, he got a great run coming down the front straightaway, and he was able to pass Nick Sanchez for the race lead as Nick Sanchez started fading back a little bit and dropped to 4th. At this point, the biggest challenger for Corey Heim was Caden Honeycutt. Caden Honeycutt was having a fantastic and great night. Was the only one that was really keeping up at the end of this race with Corey Heim. And then with 40 laps to go, Corey Heim got down to pit road and came to pit road along with Corey Heim came in, and Caden Honeycutt, Zane Smith also, I think, came down the next lap as well, along with Nick Sanchez and Bailey Curry. Next lap, Caden Honeycutt, Christian Eckes, Brett Moffitt all come in, and Caden Honeycutt also had a little bit of bad pit stop, and after all this happened, Corey Heim would have control of this race. It looked like we were going to get a caution, though, because Taylor Gray has smoke from 9th position with the flat right front tire. We all thought the caution was coming out, but it would not end up coming out. So at this point, this was basically kind of like a battle between Corey Heim and Zane Smith, but Zane Smith, unfortunately, ran out of time, was starting to make up a lot of ground in the last few laps. With around 5 laps to go, he's about 2.5 seconds back. Then he cut it to a 1.5 seconds. And coming to the white flag, we had Corey Heim having a 1.2 second lead over Zane Smith, and Zane Smith tried everything to close in, and it would not be enough as Corey Heim would come off the final corner and win his second race of the 2024 season, holding off a hard-charging Zane Smith. Corey Heim, in my opinion, no doubt, had the best truck all night long, was the best car in practice earlier today. I expected that to transition. I was a little worried we didn't qualify that well, but Tricon struggled a bit on their qualifying setups. But Corey Heim has just been so impressive so far in 2024. He has finished every single race inside the top 10 and only has one finish below 6 so far this year. In my opinion, he's the favorite to win the championship. He's always been great at Kansas. I picked him coming into the weekend because I expected Corey Heim to be really strong this evening. Congratulations to Corey Heim on getting his second win in 2024, and I think this is going to be second of many wins throughout the year. So now we'll go ahead and take a look at the race results, and I'll give you my score and thoughts on today's race. So Corey Heim picks up the victory. Zane Smith finishes second. Zane Smith had his best race of the year in trucks so far. Really his best race he had altogether in any series. Great night for Zane. Was one of the few guys that could challenge Corey Heim all night long. That pit stop at the end of stage 2 cost him a shot at the victory. Still a second place run. Great night for Zane Smith. A good confidence booster going into tomorrow. Christian Eckes finishes third, continues a really strong year so far. The 19 teams had some good pace and speed. I think Christian's going to win more races by the end of the year. Good night for Christian Eckes in third place. Caden Honeycutt finishes fourth. I think the star of the night, in my opinion. He was one of the few guys that could keep up with Corey Heim, and I really hope that Nice is looking to run him full-time next year, because I was so impressed with the speed that Caden Honeycutt showed. He's been fast all year in the select race he ran with Nice. He's been really, really good, and to have a truck capable of winning is super impressive. Great night for Caden Honeycutt in fourth place. A fantastic run. Brett Moffitt finishes fifth. Great run for Brett Moffitt. I'm not really surprised by that. I thought he'd be more of a threat for the win, but he moved gradually up front and gets a very solid top 5 finish. I hope he gets to run more races with Tricon and gets to run full-time in the future, because Brett Moffitt, once again, proving why he should be full-time in a series. A great top 5 run tonight. Good run for him. Nick Sanchez finishes 6th. Solid night for Nick Sanchez on an amazing night. Led some laps. Fade a little bit back, though. He finishes in 6th. Solid night for him. Tanner Gray finishes 7th. Unfortunately, after dominating the ARCA race where he didn't win, he comes home tonight with the top 10 run in 7th. Good night for him. Dean Thompson finishes 8th. A much-needed run for him. I think that's his best finish of the year potentially so far up to this point. So solid top 10 for Dean Thompson. Daniel Dye finishes 9th. Another top 10 run. He almost got his best career finish once again. Ran top 15 most of the evening and continues to knock off top 10s. Solid night for Daniel Dye. And Matt Cratton finishes 10th. Decent night for him. Bailey Curry finished 11th, probably his best run of the year so far. Ran top 15 pretty much all night long. In fact, ran around the top 5 near the end of the race. Faded back a little bit, but he still recovers and finishes in 11th. Grant Enfinger finished 12th. Decent run for him. Roger Crew finished 13th. I expected Roger to perform a lot better tonight. He got messed up on the beginning run. Then it seemed like his truck just faded near the end of this race for whatever reason and fell as far back as 25th for the pit stops. I don't know what they fixed on that truck, because whatever they fixed, they made that truck a lot better and did recover to finish 13th. At least he's been consistent in the top 15. But man, after the promise he showed at the start of the year, not a great night for him. He's been good at this track, so I expect a little more. He finishes in 13th. Brett Holmes finishes 14th. Not a bad run for him. Ty Dillon finishes 15th. He was fast early in this race. Unfortunately, the truck just faded. He's still looking for his first top 10 of the year. And you consider the fact that Matty D was a lot better in this truck. I expect more from Ty Dillon because he's won races here in trucks. Another just not great night after a really promising start to the race. Ben Rose finishes 16th, another disappointing night for the 99 team. Jake Garcia finished 17th. Hasn't done much better than Haley Deegan did last year at this point, in my opinion. Jake, an okay night, but not a fantastic night. Lane Riggs finished 18th. He was pissed off at Cam Waters after the race. He does get a top 20, just been kind of a disappointing year for this 38 team. Just doesn't seem like the Fords altogether have the pace and speed to contend right now. He finishes 18th, kind of a disappointing night for him. Cam Waters finishes 19th. Good top 20 run for him. Honestly, for someone who's kind of inexperienced in the truck series especially, to finish on a top 20 on an oval nonetheless. Great night for Cam Waters. Good to see him finish in a top 20. Struggled early, but they made that truck a lot better and gets a top 20. Good night for him. And Tyler Anker finished 20th. He apparently had a safety violation, cost him a shot at a great night, but he does recover to at least get a top 20 finish. Mason Massey finished 21st. Timmy Hill finished 22nd. Matt Mills' unfortunate night continues. He finished 23rd. Thad Moffitt finished 24th. Stuart Friesen, after his issues, finished 25th. Wallace Allen finished 26th. Taylor Gray finished 27th after the flat tire. Tough break for him. Chase Purdy finishes 28th. Mason Maggio finished 29th. Connor Mosack finishes 30th. Was really promising early. Unfortunately for him, he had issues. Same with Chase Purdy. Chase Purdy was really good in the beginning of this race. He might have had some flat tires, not entirely sure. Finished 28th, and same with Connor Mosack finishing 30th. Spencer Boyd finished 31st. Jennifer Jo Cobb finished 32nd. And finishing last in 33rd is Ty Majeski. So now let's talk about the overall race as a whole. I'll give my score and thoughts on tonight's race. Honestly, this race was definitely okay. It wasn't amazing by any stretch of imagination. There was some really good racing, especially on the restarts and really after the first 10 laps. It was really, really fun to watch. But as the runs got long especially, it got really strung out, and I thought it definitely got a little bit stale at times, especially at the end where Corey Heim just had the best truck, and sometimes you're going to have those races where someone is going to dominate. At least it was a pretty clean race for the most part. There was only one caution for incident tonight, and that was on lap 5. There were 3 cautions there, which might be the least for the Truck Series so far this year, which is kind of crazy, considering the fact that Truck Series will usually have a lot of yellows. I thought tonight's race was solid. I'm going to give tonight's Truck Series race overall, I'm going to give this race maybe a 7.5 out of 10. It was decent for sure, had some good moments, had some good racing, but it kind of got strung out, especially on the long runs. I'm giving tonight's Truck Series race overall 7.5 out of 10. Not a ton happened in this race outside of some good racing and to Maya Majeski's issues. My score for tonight's race is a 7.5 out of 10. So, that is going to be for tonight's NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race review for Kansas. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support my Patreon as well. Let's go to more of that and comment your thoughts below on tonight's race. What are your thoughts on tonight's race? Let me know below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And congratulate Corey Heim on winning at Kansas. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, we're going to have the Cup Series starting lineup for the Advent Health 400. We're also going to have the Cup Series race review for the Advent Health 400 as well. Then on Monday morning, likely, I'm actually going to be releasing the news video potentially. And then on Tuesday, I might be releasing the silly season update. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Got a ton of great content dropping on the channel that I cannot wait for you guys to check out. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching tonight's episode. I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.